G'day everyone, welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off here in Trinidad and Tobago, the children of Tunapuna are important to me. This was the message from Minister of Homeland Security and Member of Parliament for Tunapuna, Roger Alexander, as he launched the presentation of 230 school hampers to students within his constituency. Definitely those who are living in the poor class and in society and in that district will be extremely thankful for that assistance from their MP. And of course, I've been following Roger Alexander for a long time. I wouldn't say certain things on this platform, but he definitely has always shown a lot of consideration and compassion for the youths, as much as he was a police officer. But he really did desire to see the youths get involved in positive activities. And definitely education is something that will benefit everyone. And even those who may not be that interested much in the academic aspects of going to school, it has trades and stuff like that they can also get involved in, enroll into certain types of trading programs and stuff. But you have to have a basic form of education, no matter what. And therefore, it's very important for you to complete your CXC studies, your secondary school studies. And afterwards, you can decide whether you want to further your academic studies or go into a trade. So definitely, but once again, the Kamla Prasad administration continues to show that they are going to invest into our youths. And I believe a lot of the other MPs throughout Trinidad and Tobago that are under the UNC banner will do likewise. And don't forget, people, the most important thing, one of the most important things, besides the book grants, we have thousands of students, thousands of parents will also benefit or have already benefited from the book grant. But besides that, we have to remember something extremely significant that hasn't been around for the past 10 years, and that's the laptops for every Form 1 student here in Trinidad and Tobago. When you invest in the youths and you get them involved in whether it's sports, other different sort of positive extracurricular activity, you're going to see other types of negative issues that exist in those communities begin to lessen. It's going to disappear to an extent. We are not living in a perfect world. So it will never be erased completely, but you're going to see a significant reduction.
The Tunapuna constituency office held an air of gratitude on Saturday as Minister of Homeland Security and Member of Parliament for Tunapuna, Roger Alexander, presented 23 of the 230 school hampers made available to students in the constituency ahead of the new school year. Addressing the families present, MP Alexander shared why this particular hamper drive is an opportunity not to be squandered.
Now, for me, because a lot of you all would have known some of the things that I went through growing up in my lifetime. And I wish that I was given the opportunity, like some of the youth here today, for somebody to contribute books, school items, so I could attend classes comfortably. All right? It's an opportunity for every youth here today.
MP Alexander added that the drive is an extension of Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa's vision for the youth and offered some advice to parents and children.
So the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, told us to go out and as much as we can see about our constituency and most importantly, the future of tomorrow, which is our children. Yeah? And that is what we are doing. Parents, be parent to your child. And children, respect your parents.
The Tunapuna MP explained more work needs to be done and that he will walk hand in hand with his constituents every step of the way.
There are some things that we want to do in Tunapuna. We'll continue the hamper drive and all of these things, because we need persons every time to have something in their possession. So while we're fixing things at the ministry level, we want persons to still be able to eat and drink and survive. Tunapuna will be remembered long after today as a constituency of change.
Stacia Yearwood, TTT News.
TNT's government is expected to save at least $2.6 million, that's TT, after cancelling this year's Independence Parade and fireworks display in the capital. Guardian Media understands that funding for this year's ceremonial events had already received cabinet approval from the former People's National Movement administration in February. But remember, there's a change of government, people. So, therefore, they have all rights to make their own decisions. The Kamla Prasad administration I'm talking about. According to the cabinet note submitted for approval, the parade alone was projected to cost $1.5 million. This figure included expenses such as renting the grandstand facilities, hiring ushers, constructing media towers, installing audio systems, providing guest refreshments, and renting chairs and buses. The grandstand rental alone cost approximately $600,000. This year, the government opted to cancel the parade and fireworks show in favor of a National Day of Prayer and Reflection. In defending the decision, Legal Minister Saddam Hussein cited security concerns due to the ongoing state of emergency. He added that the money saved from the cancellation would be redirected to crime-fighting initiatives. I fully support the Kamla Prasad administration's decision to cancel that event this year. It makes no sense. You're having a state of emergency due to certain security issues that appear to be still ongoing. And yet, you're going to have a large gathering where extremely significant individuals will be present, including the Prime Minister, the President of Trinidad and Tobago, putting politics aside. You cannot take those chances at this point in time. Not to mention the financial aspect of it. Where we have to face the facts, people. The Kamla Prasad administration, the UNC, won the elections coming down close to the halfway to the ending of the fiscal year. Right? It's a little more than half. Right? And so therefore, they have to be very careful how they're spending the limited funds that remain. Now, of course, on this platform, I cannot go into the details of why there's limited funds remaining in the treasury, but just rest assured that what they're trying to do is to use that amount of money that is there wisely to benefit the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. When the new fiscal budget is announced and debated in Parliament, which will be somewhere, I think, in September or October, early October, then a lot of the campaign promises that were made by Kamla Prasad Bissessar and her team will actually be able to be fulfilled, people. So it's all about being patient, observant, of course. Always be observant. Everyone can attest that about me. Definitely observant. Hold them accountable when it's necessary, but we have to be patient as well and understanding. Definitely now was not the appropriate time to have a large gathering like that, an Independence Parade, when we are under a state of emergency. Now for some news from Guyana, construction on the Diamond to Buzz B Dam 4-lane road on the east bank of Demerara is nearing completion. Once open to vehicular traffic, this road will significantly reduce congestion along the lower east bank public road and shorten commute time from Georgetown to Timehri. So, of course, once again, people, continued development throughout Irfaan Ali's 5-year term in office, which basically has ended now because elections will be very soon. It's already election campaign season in Guyana, and I continue to hope and pray that he's given a second term in office. An impressive 4,600 students have already registered for Guyana's digital school, a groundbreaking platform designed to revolutionize education delivery across Guyana through technology and digital learning tools. President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali announced that this initiative will soon reach learners across the Caribbean, stating this school will be open for all of the Caribbean. So students for every country in this region will study at the Guyana Digital School. That's definitely going to foster a lot of development in Guyana, boost tourism to an extent as well. You remember people from all around the Caribbean, including here in Trinidad and Tobago, will be going to stay in Guyana while they're studying, and therefore, I mean, you're in another person's country, definitely you will go and visit various areas in the country. So tourism will boost as well. President Ali highlights relationship between Guyana and the UK and that it has grown tremendously. President Dr. Irfaan Ali said, noting that this growth extends beyond the economic sphere to include cultural ties and human capital development. President Ali made these remarks on the podcast, The Rest is Politics, leading with Alastair Campbell, making him the first sitting president from the Americas to appear on the show. Under the dynamic and compassionate leadership of the First Lady, Aria Ali, that's President Irfaan Ali's wife, Guyana has witnessed a profound social transformation that is far-reaching. Her tenure has redefined the role of the First Lady, not as just a symbolic figure, but as a national force for inclusion and opportunity. Whether through initiatives that empower women, create favorable spaces of inclusion for persons living with disabilities, or youth empowerment, Mrs. Ali's work is grounded in purpose and shaped by her service to her nation. Once again, so therefore, you're not voting for her, but of course, if Irfaan Ali is given a second term in office, she will continue to be able to do her good work, her good humanitarian work, if you want to put it under that sort of category. Now for some news from Jamaica. At just 13 years old, Akila Wigan, a bright and determined student of St. Hilda's High School, already speaks with the poise and vision of someone far beyond her years. Recently named the recipient of the WATA Water Hydrate to Educate educational grant, Akila says the award is more than just financial support. It's a reminder that her dreams are valid and within reach. Wigan was among a cohort of grant recipients during the Kingston-led leg of WATA's Hydrate to Educate Award ceremony. Held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel on Thursday, WATA presented 25 students with their awards. As part of the program, 42 students, 3 from each parish, received an educational grant valued at $175,000 Jamaican, of course, dollars to assist with tuition, school supplies, transportation, and exam fees. The remaining students received the award at the western leg of the presentation ceremony in Montego Bay on Friday. Wigan, a top performer in the primary exit profile PEP examination at Rio Bueno Primary in St. Anne, has made academic excellence a hallmark of her journey. So she has been doing well in her studies since primary school. She also served as head girl at her primary school and earned a full scholarship to attend high school. Of course, once again, when as parents and as a community and even a government invest in the youth and provide certain sorts of avenues for them to get involved in academics and sports, extracurricular activities, what it tends to do is encourage them to move away from what we would consider, what we know as to be the negative paths or directions in life. 10 inmates took a major step towards transformation on Tuesday. I was really happy to read this news report, because of course it shows that with the right sorts of programs, even in the prisons, a lot of change could be made. So 10 inmates took a major step towards transformation on Tuesday as they crossed the stage to receive degrees at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean's 2025 commencement ceremony, held in partnership with the Department of Correctional Services, DCS, and Stand Up for Jamaica. The event took place at the DCS Recruitment and Training Center in Kingston. Education is the key, and as I said, extracurricular activities also. But we're not talking about prison when I'm talking about that. I'm talking about at the community level. Extracurricular activities and education is the key. Cannot just have the education alone. Children need to be they need excitement. They need recreational time. And therefore, instead of going and meeting for the wrong purposes, if you have programs in place, what they are going to do is become interested in that instead. It's simple as that. I'm not saying it's a perfect solution, but it's definitely going to help to reduce the negative issues that we have in our communities in Trinidad and Tobago throughout the Caribbean. The Negril police station was buzzing with activity on Wednesday as the Negril Police Community Resource Center was officially handed over to the Negril Youth Club and the wider community. The new facility, built from a converted shipping container, it might sound simple, but it's innovative, people, is designed to be more than just a room with desks and computers. And of course, once again, it's all about getting the youth involved in positive activities, which will distract them and discourage them from remaining involved in things that they should not be in. Now for some international travel, interesting facts, news. An Australian diver was lucky enough to witness the beautiful moment female seahorses transferred their eggs to their partners underneath Rye Pier in Victoria. Video footage, this video footage that you're going to see was provided by ABC 7 News. A new study analyzing nearly 200 instances of whale-dolphin interactions between 19 species around the world suggests that whales and dolphins could be seeking out direct contact with one another. Dolphins have long been seen frolicking near whales, but experts observe them purposefully engaging in positive behaviors such as rubbing against the larger cetacean, swimming close to their heads, and even catching a boat ride. Papa, catching a ride, you're riding a whale. Wow. Some whale species even seem to reciprocate these friendly approaches more than others. I honestly believe, and it's animals in general, I do believe that God gave them an eternal soul. I mean, people, when we are returning with Jesus Christ after the rapture, we will be riding on horses. That's a whole different topic, but I'm just saying it's very, very, very possible that animals do exist in heaven. And therefore, probably a lot of those animals would have started their journey here on earth. They definitely have personalities of their own. Each dog, each cat, they have you can see it in the way that they carry about themselves. It's not just all about instinct. I do believe that they have a living soul. Folks, that brings us to the end of today's news headlines. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share. That boosts the algorithms for views. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.